Of breaking news right now. The chairman of PURA is stepping down. Governor Ned Lamont today announced he has received a letter from Marissa Gillette announcing her resignation that is effective for her to step down on October 10th. Gillette has faced a mountain of scrutiny over significant increases in your utility bills, though earlier this summer, Lamont doubled down on reappointing her for another term. Utility companies resisted that reappointment. Eversource and Avangrid both took legal action against PURA to challenge its rate-setting decisions. Lamont called Gillette one of the most experienced and qualified public utility regulators in the nation.